Set now. Gates are back. And they're racing away, and they got away to a reasonable start with Questor coming out running. Early leader with Arturo racing in second, Swiss Walt. Then comes Future Africa back at the rail in fourth and about 2.5 lengths from the leader. Butterfly Queen travels at the outside of Winning Grace in the check body, red sleeves and cap and about midfield. 2 lengths away to Josie Mo. Slangevar's been squeezed along. See the Badge is one from last, and Follow the Band is the trailer, more than 10 lengths in it, and Questor confidently ridden down the side of the course. Ridden like he's the horse to beat, and he takes them along with a 3-length lead. Over Arturo in second, Future Africa off the bridle third. Swiss Waltz in the yellow colours at the outside covers some ground. 2 lengths away to Winning Grace. Then comes Butterfly Queen, who swings for home 10 lengths off the leader. Schlangevar, Josie Mo further back and running to See the Badge, and finally Follow the Band, but they went past the 300. Questor is the leader with a 3-length lead over Arturo in second. Swiss Waltz further back to Winning Grace, but Questor got 100 metres left to see out, and absolutely no dangers. Questor much too good here, leads from start to finish, galloped them into the ground. Questor the winner, second goes to Arturo, then came Swiss Waltz in third, fourth got tight. It's a photo there between See the Badge and Winning Grace. So the winners in the purple and yellow, and just aim and fire really for Simango Khumalo. Questor has stepped up. Well done to the entire Smith Super Syndicate. There are a lot of guys involved. I know Zane Adams is one of those. And Questor makes absolutely no mistake in shedding his maiden tag at the third time of asking, giving himself a nice base for the future. The Exotics begin in race number 2. That'll be the start of the bipod at 12:10, which is now over 1,300 metres.
Great start to the opener of the day in the Eastern Cape as Questor comes right on the third time of asking. 2 seconds for 2 runs. It's third time's the charm. He takes the win, and I've got his groom Pila Martin with me, and he's going to be celebrating the win for more reasons than one, because he gets a fantastic 1,500 Rand check from World Sports Betting. And Pila, lots to celebrate. Well done. There you go. It really, you must see the excitement on the groom's faces when their horse wins and they get to come up and collect the extra 1,500 Rand. It is a fantastic cherry on top. And Simango, great start to the day. Obviously, you open your card, you see you riding this, you know you've got a chance, but they're babies, it's racing. You've still got to get it right, and you have. Well done.
Thank you, Nadine. Big thanks, obviously, to Smith Racing team. And, you know, obviously, this guy, he's a massive guy, and I think
huge.
His size is just unbelievable that he can go this kind of distance too. So he pinged out of the gate. It was a plan, get him out and then let him idle right there. But looks like a lot of them started to battle at about the 800. I brought him back a little bit, and could hear a lot of guys clicking behind me, so they were under pressure. But I just took that to an advantage, came in straight, did a little bit in hand, and once I pressed him, and he went. But sometimes, you know, there's a headwind, you can't really hear, you don't want to be breaking their stride, and we want to see how good he is. That's why I had to just really ask and see, and
yes.
what I kind of like what I felt. So yeah, again, I think obviously to the syndicate, the Super Syndicate, I think they're going to have a lot of fun with this guy, and every time he runs, they should, some of them come over to pee and support.
Most definitely. I think that's that's brilliant advice. Keep
yes.
going.
No, and again, to Dean, you know, he done a great job getting the guys together. Yeah. So well done to him, and you know, everything just comes together, and everybody's happy. And again, to Mr. Smith, you know, as I always say, what a gentleman. You know, we come here and we know what we want to do, and he lets you ride the way you want to ride. So it's always a pleasure, and the results are coming. So yeah, again, my sponsors, Maurice Fontaine for Hubber's Drift, big well done to them. And to the grooms for getting that little price. You know, they love the horses, and it's just amazing for the sponsorship to look after them. So yeah, and again, to the Super Smith, and again to Bling fans. Whoop whoop!
There you go. That's what they want to hear. Simango's in the winner's box. And as you pointed out, great win for syndicate owners here. Syndicates have taken off nationally. And here in Port Elizabeth, it's been fantastic to see the excitement surrounding them. And Gavin, you're going to have a whole lot of happy people behind the scenes.
No, it's 100%. Yeah, it's a nice way initiative. And
it is.
nice inlet into racing for all the people concerned, and Dino's done a great job putting them all together. And this syndicate's got a lot of people overseas, out of town, so it's just lovely to get the win. And I think this is the last bonus race.
It is.
We had a look in the week, and we saw there was so many in Cape Town and 2 in Joburg. That, oh my word, we've got one chance left. Yeah, so very nice for all the guys concerned, and a big shout out to Vosfontein Stad, to Susan, and to Colin and Amanda at the farm. Well done, guys. He's a lovely colt. I loved him at the sale, and fortunately enough to secure him. And then, we put him together, and a big chunky boy, and he's trimmed down a bit as we've gone along. And we're still going to see some more of him once he's gelded. Well,
I've got to say, you say he's trimmed down some. I wouldn't have liked to see him in the start because, my gosh, there's a lot of horse. I got a bit nervous when I watched him go down because he started to take a hold. And I just thought there's so much to take a hold of. You must have been relaxed when he hit the front, and he relaxed.
Very much so. No, also I had a ring rubber on him as well, just to let him, we moved from the turf to the poly just to allow him to travel. But when I saw him grab hold of the bit on the way down, I was also the same as you a little bit, and maybe the wrong bridle on him. Because the last time out too, he was still looking at everything, came out marginally slow, and he didn't really travel. In his first start, he didn't really travel either, but with the race experience and Smunger bouncing and got him out, he was out and on his bike. So, good one.
I think he's needed those runs of experience. We'll see more of him. Gav, before we get round to Marilyn handing the check over, please, can you just run through a couple for us? We've got 2 feature races today. Kaya's Hope, we know that he's walked a hard road, and you did say in your comments leading up to this race, probably going to need it, but maybe touch on how he looks ahead of races today. Civil Rights lines up in the listed feature later, and I think you really, one of your most interesting races is race 9, where you've got Slim Yanni, who's got definite claims. Crusador and Sandbank are both going to really enjoy the change of surface.
Yes, they should, Nate. But in saying that as well, so will the favourite. He's won very, very well on the poly. So, but I think it'll be a nice race. Kaya's Hope, I'm very happy with what he's done at home. It's just going to be the last 150, 200 metres race fitness that will come into it. But I've done a fair amount with him at home, and he looks an absolute picture, and he's a happy horse in a good place. So we come to the race all happy. But I've got to reiterate as well, it's a hard-knocking race with a lot of pace, a lot of front runners. So it's not going to be an easy race at all. And the same for Silver Rights. I mean, it's a little feature, so it's standing, I feel, with a bit of a quality field that the feature should be. So it's not an easy race either.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. It's time to smile now, because that Bloodstock SA Value Added bonus, the last one on offer this season, has been won by Questor. Fantastic. Dean can definitely come in, because I'm still going to have a chat with him. Yeah. And I think that's wonderful. Great that the syndicate got the final one, and lots to smile about. Guys, well done.
Thank you so much, Nate.
Gav, you'll hand that to Dean. I just want to chat to him. Dean, again, just to chat on the fact that this is a syndicate. And like your dad was touching on, there are people all over, but that's the joy of our current age. You all are linked by social media. And I know that the WhatsApp groups and the chats, they where the excitement happens, and where people get a real feeling of camaraderie.
Yeah, Nate, once, like you said, syndicates, it's picked up, and it's a lovely thing now in racing. And he's got 25 members. Uncle Carlos and his partner Nico took half in him as a syndicate. And the members are super happy. They've shouted him home all his runs, and we're happy to get the win.
Well done. Work behind the scenes. It's tough. It's hard. It's one thing having one owner, but when you've got to get back to multiple owners, it does get difficult, but it is worth it. And Dean, well done.
Thank you, Nate.
Syndicates definitely the step forward in the future to let everyone be able to afford to be a part of this wonderful game that is horse racing, and get to feel the thrill of watching your colt or your filly pass that line first. And believe you me, there looks to be a lot of thrills that are going to be involved in Questor. Huge, strapping individual. It was an impressive when he ran them off their feet today, and I do think he's going to be one to follow.